Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to everybody. It's so nice to have you here.
Yes.
It's 10 already.
And it's a beautiful day out, but I think it's going to get a lot warmer today, but not as warm as yesterday. So,
Yay!
Yeah. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here. Any birthdays? Aha.
Aha, we have
Trish,
birthdays.
and Stephen.
And Stephen too?
Stephen.
Wow.
Yay.
And so, this is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That you got one today. Yeah.
Yeah, today is the actual birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good to have you here.
Yeah.
And anybody have any announcements they'd like to make?
Yay, I do.
Yay, Jen.
So what I'd love to announce is we have an amazing panel for our June speaker series, which is happening on June the 10th, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday night from 6 to 8. We're going to be talking about the spiritual journey of claiming your sexual identity.
Oh, well, great.
And we've got 4 wonderful people. One is Trisha, who's on the right there with us. One is our wonderful Gabrielle from Billy DeFrank Center. And one is Daniel Canales. And I don't know if any of you remember Daniel. He's a Hispanic gentleman that used to work with me with the AIDS retreats.
Oh, yes, yes.
Right? Daniel will be there. And it's just going to be amazing. So please, please, please join us.
Good.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes, Joan.
And remember the Psychic Fair on June 22nd.
Yes.
And I want you to come and be prepared to share your lucky events, because they want me to talk for an hour and I can't ever do that.
So
I need your help.
when are you speaking? I want to be sure and be there for you.
Luck, I'm speaking at 2
Okay.
Good.
2 o'clock. So, but come and enjoy the fair. They have some music planned and some other things. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And CCL is going to have a table, and we'll have readers at the table, different kinds of readers.
Yeah.
So.
Lots of good things happening. I did go to Brigadoon. I did not see any of you there. But the key part of that story is that the village was threatened by witches. And this man said, I want to preserve the village. And he prayed all night and said, how can I preserve the village? And so he gave up his life to preserve the village. But everybody went to sleep, and when they woke up, 100 years had passed.
Wow.
And then they had one day in the village every 100 years. And that's the magical part of that story. But anyway, the music was wonderful, the dancing was beautiful, a little endless, a little over much, but it was a beautiful production. I hope you love theater as much as I do. I'll keep you informed on the next one I'm going to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joan.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
I'm so glad you're getting out and doing things. That is wonderful.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
I'm doing Reiki classes this month, so the last 3 Fridays. Shoot. Anyway, Reiki classes this month, and also tarot classes, and that starts tomorrow. And they're all online. And yes, the Reiki classes are the last 3 Fridays of June, and the tarot classes are all of the Mondays. So, and it's during the day, so like 9:30 to noon on the tarot classes on Mondays, and it's all online, and then from 12:30 to 5:30 for the Reiki classes.
Do you advertise that?
I mean, it's on Meetup and it's on Eventbrite.
Okay, so because I'd like to put it on the CCL Insights, and so I need the verbiage.
That's what I forgot to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I knew there was something I forgot to do. That was to email Courtney, because she told me to do that last week too. I
Okay.
forgot.
That'll
Okay,
be
but
great.
anyway, you can email me ladyofradiantjoy@gmail.com. as well.
Ladies.
I
thank you.
love your
Wonderful.
email.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, are we ready for a prayer?
Absolutely. Are you gonna do it, Dottie? Am I
No.
gonna back you up?
Well, no, you're,
No,
you're
you're gonna
in
do it and you're
charge.
gonna back
In
it up.
charge.
You're the prayer lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, she's a music lady, that's mainly what she is.
Okay,
yeah.
Ruth, would you mind closing the front door and,
I can do that.
well, and put the picture up,
Put the picture up.
but right behind you, on the floor there.
I'll show the picture.
Yeah, because when you close the door, Janet disappears.
It's because I'm so white. It's like I
Yeah.
just blend into the.
And that helps.
Oh, I see.
This,
Well, it usually
that
helps.
reduces.
If I slink down, I can get the back of it.
No, you be you.
Yes, let's ruin your back, no problem.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh.
You know, I'd like to mention that I'm writing little pieces for the CCL newsletter about books and what they say and how to use them in your life. So there's each book has a different emphasis, and the one, It Works, talks about writing out a life plan and reading it 3 times a day and thinking about it often. And in other words, use your creative abilities. That book is It Works, and
And it does work.
copyrighted in 1926. It's old style language,
Uh,
but it says the same thing as the law of attraction.
Oh, now, who wrote the book you're talking about?
It's anonymous, isn't it?
Hmm?
The author?
The author is unknown, but the initials are RHJ.
Okay,
I'll bring you one.
good, thank you.
So the little pamphlets?
No, it's a book.
Okay.
This good.
I'm
Yeah.
always sus by authors.
Well, yeah, because the way I manifested Dottie was by using an old chant. No, you know, it was Om Mani Padme Om,
mhm.
and that's, how old is that? And,
Ancient.
yeah, Monica Spoboda, I was taking a class from her, and she said, this is what you get, whatever you want if you do this. But you have to do it twice a day, you have to write everything down, you got to do it, you have to invest in it. And, I showed up.
You have to prepare your mind and your environment, your mental and physical environment for.
Oh, I've gotten a lot of things. I wanted what kind of car is it? A convertible. And our friend Erin, she had a beautiful LeBaron,
Beautiful.
convertible. It was, the engine, souped up engine, and the nice seats, it was a beautiful car. And she wanted to buy a new car, but she couldn't afford to do both. Or they wouldn't give her a loan on the one if she was still had the loan on the other. And she heard that I wanted a convertible, so she said, if you just take over the payments, that's all you have to do.
Wow.
And
Nice.
insurance, but, no down payment or anything. And so it was like, that was answering a prayer. I mean, Dottie's going to talk about that today, of course, but when I do the work, and I do it sincerely, I get the result.
You get prayers answered.
And it's all, and so I save it for when something is special. I don't do it just all, willy-nilly. It's got to be something that's important.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Good, thank you. Thank you all.
Wonderful. This is great.
Yeah, great.
Because it just reminds us of how much we carry. And before I start, I'm just going to invite each of us, because we all have a backpack, okay? And that backpack can be full of cares and worries or past critical incidents or losses or grief. I want you to grab the straps of your backpack. Grab the straps of your backpack and lift it up over your head. Lift it up, that's it, and throw it to the side.
Oh,
So
the,
row it to the
throw it to the side.
That's right. So row that baby
I
out.
love that.
It's like a
That's right. That's right. Beautiful, Joyce C. You got it going. Joyce has got it going. Joyce C has got it going. Because when we do that, my friends, we bring ourselves to the present moment. And that's what Dottie's services do for each of us. They allow us for this 1 hour a week to be in the present moment with each other without the burdens of what we're worrying about. We just get to be here in our fullness.
Thank you.
Right, so take a nice deep breath and just move your body around. Get as comfortable as you can in your seats. And just let yourself be in the present moment. And as you are in yourself, there is no one else like you. You are a channel for the prayerful energies that can heal our world. So just allow yourself, just to give yourself that chance to fill up that river of energy that is you. And let your body, your heart, your soul, your mind, your spirit all blend in a river of energy, in a river of light. And this becomes our prayer. Our prayer is ourselves. Our light is ourselves. We are that gift. Feel the fullness of you, all of you, radiating and flowing. I am my prayer to the world, flowing, glowing, growing. I am my prayer to myself. I am my prayer to the world, flowing, glowing, growing. I am my prayer to myself. And as you are in your body, as you feel the energy flowing through you, know that you are infinite. You are complete. You are whole, just as you are now. There's no correction that needs to be made. There's no struggle. There's no yearning to be different. It is just you in the fullness of you. And it brings you forth for yourself and for everyone else. For the two-leggeds, for the four-leggeds, for all of Earth's beautiful creatures, for the plants and the trees and the birds, the winged ones. Everybody receives that flow of your particular light. It is yours, and you gift it to the world. And then it flows back to you, refreshed, renewed, and amplified in a powerful way. I am my prayer to the world. I am my prayer to myself. Dancing, dreaming, loving, being, holding, cradling the source. I can step forward into my I open my mind, I open my soul, I open my life, and all is seen and all is heard. I am my prayer, my prayer, and living in my dreams unfold, and my heart releases the light that I know. Deep in my soul, I know the way home, and all that I can bring is held in this moment. I am my prayer, I am my life. We are the prayer to the world and to ourselves. Ooh, I am my prayer. We are the prayer that flows like a river of healing, that flows like a river. Oh.
Thank you so much, Janet. And all of you, just take a nice deep breath and hold on to that wonderful, wonderful song that she sang for us. Well, this is June, and June has a lot of things going on. We have Flag Day, we have Father's Day, we have June 10th, we have our anniversary, Corky and I, and we're going to be 43, 44.
42.
42.
42 years
42.
together. Summer begins, and Gay Pride Parade at the end of the month.
And Juneteenth.
And there's so many things about this month that attracts everybody. Think of that, Flag Day, for those of us who are patriotic. Just even if it's just a little tiny flag that you wear, let the United States know you love it. Just boost your energy up and say, hey, I enjoy being a member of the United States. Father's Day, same thing. Say something to your dad. If your dad's passed away, do a prayer for him. Let him know that you appreciate him. You might not have been very appreciative to him, but you might, as you've gotten older, realize how much brighter than he was, than you thought he was when you were younger. And parents age well as they get old. And summer begins. Be happy about that. Summer begins. And it's not as hot as some places, and it's hotter than others, but it's a place that's nice to live in. And then Gay Pride Parade. Well, nowadays, Gay Pride Parade is all around the world. It's celebrated on every weekend in June. And for those of you who don't know anything about it, Gay Pride is an exciting and interesting thing to look at. There's a lot of people that love celebrating it. There's a lot of people who don't like it. But whatever it is, just know that you can celebrate a Gay Pride whatever and wherever you want. But be aware the company you keep when you do it. because you're going to be hearing from people you haven't heard before. And they're saying interesting things about their life and how they live it. So take a chance and just listen to them and find out how their life's doing. This morning I'm talking about the cosmic hotline we all share, the prayer, the mystical world of cosmic consciousness and communication. I know that Creator hears my prayer. And think of that. Do you know the Creator hears your prayer? You should. You're sitting in a church this morning. You should realize that when you pray, that prayer is heard by Creator. Find the culture, the sculpture, the structure of a prayer. It's like building a sandwich. You've got your bread, that's your intention. Then you've got your filling, that's your faith. And of course, you can't forget the secret sauce, your love and gratitude. But unlike a sandwich, you don't need to forget about your prayer getting soggy or the ingredients falling out. The universe is like the ultimate Tupperware. It keeps everything fresh and in place. So think about thinking about the universe in ways that you think about it. It's this huge, huge, huge concept of the whole world being able to be looked at and looked over by a creator. But the Creator is very important for you to think about. So just imagine the Creator up there, or out there, or wherever the divine hangs out. Where do you think the Creator hangs out? I think it hangs out Sunday morning in my living room. I just know I can feel Creator here. So think about it. And sometimes some people think Creator lives inside them. That's fine. Just think about Creator and where you think it hangs out this morning. And does a Creator have an infinite to-do list? I think so. I think the Creator is a spirit that has things to do. We just get in the way. Okay? The Creator wants the people to be happy, wants people to do well, wants people to raise good kids, wants people to love each other, wants lots of things that are so positive. But here we come with our little sticky notes of prayer, sticking them all over the celestial fridge. Help me find my car keys, Creator. Bless my pot roast. Could you nudge that cute barista over to like me? Bless my pot roast. It's like divine post-it notes galore. But fear not. The Creator is not like us mere mortals who forget where we put our coffee cups. Oh no. Every prayer is seen, heard, and felt, even the ones about the missing sock in the dryer.
Yay, gonna find that sock.
But think about it. Think about the things that are missing from the Creator. Because you don't help the Creator find it. Or what is the Creator looking for? The Creator is looking for you. Who you are, where you are, what you're doing is very important. Because you are the one that's spending a whole day with the Creator. And sometimes you don't have time to spend a whole day. So you just spend a few minutes. But spend some time acknowledging the Creator. Now, after you've structured your sandwich, you think, now the waiting game comes. How do you know when your prayer will be answered? But you do get signs. Sometimes they're as subtle as a ninja in a library and other times it's as clear as your grandmother's handwriting on a birthday card. I found a box of birthday cards that my grandmother had sent me, and she died when I was 8. They're old cards, but each one of them, when I picked it up and read it, it felt like Creator was talking to me. When people die, they don't disappear. Their energy becomes one with Creator. And you can find it anytime you want to look. Sometimes it's hard to find it, but it's easy to if you just close your eyes. Right now, just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and say, Creator, I'd like to feel you this morning. I'd like to become aware of your energy. I'd like to know that you're there for me for as long as I'm on this planet. And then you're particularly close to me after I leave and join you. You see, the universe has a sense of humor. It might send you a feather on a windy day, or make that pesky song you can't get out of your head finally end on the radio just as you ask, Creator, please make that song stop. Or maybe that cute barista who finally notices you, and not just because you're the only one in line. When you want people to notice you, you think, oh, well, I'll look at them. And then they're busy. But I just like that person to look at me. So just say, Creator, would you help me? Creator loves helping people get together. Creator appreciates seeing people fall in love with each other. But let's not forget your metaphysical VPs. They've got their own take on the whole shebang. Take Edgar Casey, the sleeping prophet. He'd probably tell us to meditate and visualize our prayers as if we're already living the answers. See the feather before it falls. Then there's Esther Hicks, channeling Abraham, who'd remind us to stay in a high vibration so when the universe sends us the answer, we recognize it as the answer. How many times have you heard an answer and thought, oh, well, that's not about me?
It's like one time Gil saw an owl, and she goes, oh, if that's the answer to my prayer, let me have another answer. And then a hawk came in the middle of the night, a hawk came and said, is that the answer? If that's the answer, give me a clue. And finally she goes, okay, I see it. It goes 5 things in a row, yeah, and I'm yes, okay, that's the answer.
So when you look for an answer, be open to the answer. When you look for an answer from the Creator, look around and say, I'm not going to be right here, but the answer is going to come today. And ask, and you'll get an answer. So how do you know your prayer's been answered? Maybe your phone will ring with an unexpected opportunity. Perhaps you'll trip over the perfect book in the library, or you'll bump into an old friend who has just the wisdom you need at that moment. But here's the kicker. Sometimes the answer is no, or not yet, or I've got something better in mind. That's when you got to put on your spiritual detective hat and look for the hidden message. Maybe the no is just the universe way of saying, take the scenic route, it's more fun. Or the not ready is really a divine. I'm baking you a surprise and it's not quite ready. And when you finally get the yes, oh boy, it's like hitting the spiritual jackpot.
It feels good.
It feels good.
But you have to be open and not set up an expectation that it's going to happen a certain way. You have to allow the universe.
When you're dealing with Creator, you don't figure out how it's going to happen. You just know it is.
Yep.
And it will.
Yes.
So keep praying. Keep that faith as strong as a double shot of espresso. And remember, the Creator is not just listening, but also watching with a cosmic smile, ready to drop in a punchline or a plot twist that'll leave you saying, I should have seen that coming. After all, the universe has a sense of humor, and sometimes the answer to your prayer might just be the laughter you share with a stranger, or the joy you find in a simple moment of connection. And when you get those answers, remember to thank the big cheese in the sky. Gratitude is a spiritual currency that keeps the cosmic vending machine stocked. I'm going to repeat that. Gratitude is the spiritual currency that keeps the cosmic vending machine stocked.
Well, I thank God every day for the answer to one prayer. Years ago, I was upset with Earl. He was being impatient and mean. And there was a nice guy who was kind of interested in me. And I had just reached the point of, this is it. I don't have to stay with Earl. He's treating me badly. And I can go over here and have a good life. And I stopped at the front door. I was ready to walk out the front door and go. And I stopped at the front door and the little voice in my head said, wait a minute. And I said, give me an answer about this. Tell me what to do. So I had a dream, maybe not that night, but shortly thereafter, I had a dream. There was this big road sign that says, there's the devil you know and the devil you don't know. So I thought about it and I stayed with Earl. And the other guy died within 6 weeks.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and think about what a mess I would have been in if I had gone.
Right.
And of course, Earl and I were married 30 years, and he left me with a nice chunk of apple stalks.
Yay!
Had a lot of adventures. So we had a rough patch, but I'll never forget that road sign. I don't often get answers that clear, but I did that time.
That's
Good.
wonderful.
And you listened. And that's the best part.
Great, great. And gratitude is a spiritual currency that keeps the cosmic vending machine stocked. That's one of the things to remember. Remember that prayer is a dance with the divine. Sometimes we lead, sometimes we follow, but always, always, we're dancing to the same beat. So keep those prayers coming, keep that faith high, and don't forget to laugh. Because if we can't find humor in our spiritual journeys, well then, we're taking life a little too seriously.
You bet.
There's
It happens
always
occasionally.
something that's fun to laugh about, something fun to enjoy. And find it in every day. You know, there have been times lately when I wondered if I would maintain it for today. But today, prayer is in Creator's help. I should repeat that again. You know, there have been times lately when I wondered if I would make it to today. But with prayers and Creator's help, I am here. Still have the bone.
Celebrate that, for sure.
I still have the bone-on-bone knee aches and pains. Other than that, I feel fantastic, and I'm going to celebrate. And so when you look at that way, celebrating life, not worrying about it. Today I'm going to celebrate what an unbelievable life I've had so far. The accomplishments, the many blessings, our loving CCL church, my wonderful friends, and yep, even the hardships, because they've served to make me stronger. I will go through this day with my head held high and a happy heart. I'm going to repeat that. I will go through this day with my head held high and a happy heart. Think about that. You're the one who delivers for yourself. And when you share the excitement with your life, with other people, particularly my partner, I make somebody smile, starting with myself. If I go out of my way to perform unexpected act of kindness for someone I don't even know, that helps me. That helps me because I know I got in touch with the Creator. Today I will once more thank the Creator for my beautiful sons, their supportive wives, all of my 7 fantastic great-grandchildren, and my 2 great-grandsons. They're pretty neat. They live close, and they're just 7 and 9, and they're getting fast and older and greater every day. And also thank you, Creator, for my incredible wife, Corky. I will also be thankful for all my other family members that are healthy, happy, and in harmony with each other. Today is the day I quit worrying about what I don't have and start being grateful for all the wonderful things the Creator has already given me. I'll remember that to worry is just a waste of time, because my faith in Creator's divine plan ensures everything will be just fine. And tonight, before I go to bed, I'll go outside and appreciate the view of my lovely mobile home and raise my eyes to the heavens. I will stand in awe at the beauty of the stars and the moon. I will praise Creator for these magnificent treasures. As the day ends, I will lay my head down on my pillow. I will thank the Creator for the best day of my life. I will pray for all of those people in the world needing help, solace, and love. And I will sleep the sleep of a contented child, excited with expectation, because I know tomorrow is going to be the best day in my life ever. Think about that. When I say today's going to be the best life of ever, that doesn't mean that I'm running amok with a bunch of strange people.
Oh, I don't know.
Since when?
Well, I know everybody here.
That can be strange.
I'm
also strange.
Guaranteed we have strangers here.
I know all these people here, and I know how wonderful they are. And the people that are watching us on the screen are great. I mean, just looking up here, there's great people there.
We can see your auras.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you can. You can. It's amazing to see what we can see here by looking at the screen. And in saying that, I want to know how each of you communicates with Creator. I'm going to start out with Corky. Corky, how do you agree?
Have a little chat. Well, I'm a firm believer in manifesting. You know, if there's something you really want, you can, and I have proven it time and time again. Just things in my life when, you know, with the convertible, and you, and jobs, and trips, and it's prayer. To me, manifesting is a kind of prayer, or prayer is a kind of manifesting. Or, I mean, or you can talk to Creator, and you have to thank Creator. That's important, because the gratitude, and know that, I mean, to walk out and have a beautiful day, nice cool breeze. Oh, it could be better. You know, and maybe even a friend to go, take a walk with you, or, you know, we had a friend from Guerneville that was spending the weekend, and it was so nice to have her around, and, you know, catch up and all that kind of thing, and just be relaxed. And it's, you know, she was saying, I just feel so safe here, and I feel very comfortable. And it's like, yes, that's what you want for your friends. That's what you want for the people that you enjoy, that you want to be with. And in manifesting, I mean, yesterday we had some friends come over that had just finished 7 months going around the world. Yeah, cruises and stuff. And they're the ones that brought the croissants. But it, you know, just listening to their trips, and that they're so glad to be home. After all that, you know, it's like, but still, there's no place like home. So, you know, that's what I find when we travel. But the Creator's always there, and sometimes you can get caught up in your worldly doings and forget that there's always somebody to thank, and that You just need to open your heart and be in love with the multiverse.
Okay, Corky, who's the person next to you?
Ruth, well, you are, and then Ruth.
No, on the screen.
Oh, that's Katie Rose. She's new.
Yes,
Hi, unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I'm Katie Rose. I was, I guess, referred by Songbird Brianna.
Right. Yay.
Today, I think is my third service, maybe
Yeah.
fourth service, but I'm really enjoying being part of this, and I'm really grateful to be here today. This actually really speaks to me today, and I love that Dottie shared a quote from Abraham Hicks because my late well, I have two mothers. I have my biological mother and then my aunt who raised me. They were sisters. And Sharon, my mom who raised me, my aunt, she introduced me to Abraham Hicks. And I've been a little bit separated from that. And so I think today's message for me was to reconnect with that. So I'm going to do that. But as far as how I connect with Creator and, Source and all this love energy is in a lot of different ways. And lately in nature, I can feel the wind on my face and my skin, and I can feel all of my both my mothers have gone to the other beautiful side, and I can connect with them pretty regularly. One I wanted to share just one recent example was Mother's Day, which is a tough day for me. And I set an intention at the beginning of the day. I did a meditation and I basically gave gratitude for both of my mothers and how they showed up for me and the lessons that beautiful lessons that they've given me. And then a few hours later, I was, getting ready for people to come over and I was listening to music, and music is one way that really, Janet, thank you so much for your music. It really speaks to me. But I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Jagadesh. This song, I'd never heard of her before or heard any of her music. It just came onto my phone. And the lyrics were, "Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, go out and open doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, and with your grace." And I felt like that was their gift to me that day on Mother's Day. And it was just so powerful and palpable and just, anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, thank
it was just
you.
such a beautiful.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That's wonderful.
And thank you so much for introducing yourself.
Yes.
This has been great.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome.
Mel has his hand up.
Okay, Mel.
Hello.
Hello there, babe.
Hi. Yeah, I was just going to share that, of course, the main way I talk to Creator is praying. And it frequently feels like Creator talks back to me in the form of, leaves on trees waving at me, or just, walking along and a rock will, look up at me and say, look at me. Random rock on the ground. Sean and I were at Sundance this weekend in Joshua Tree, this last week. And just little things like children that I hadn't met until we got to Sundance. And they come up and grab your hand or give you a hug or, ask you for help with something. One little girl lost, I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening. She lost her Gatorade. And she was, I think she was probably 5. She was just having a fit. I lost my Gatorade. I put it down on the table. I went to the bathroom and came back and it was gone. And so I asked her if she wanted help to find it. And I took her by the hand and we went and searched all over for her Gatorade. We didn't find it until much later. It had fallen down behind some water tanks that we were out in the desert. We had to truck water in. But just little things like that. And as the young lady before me said, she had lost her mother and her second mother as well, and I have too. And so I adopt mothers like Dottie and Corky and Patty Ray and my friend Angie's mother, Rosa, and I kind of adopted 3 more this week at the Sundance. The 3 ladies that were doing the cooking for the 50 people.
That's usually a good cootie. Be nice too. Sure.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, Mel.
That's great, Mel. Okay, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mel. Bye-bye.
Christine. Okay, Christine.
There she is. Hi, Christine.
I think you're on mute.
You're on
honey.
You're
mute.
mute.
There you go.
How do I communicate with Creator?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. A lot of ways. In my head, all of a sudden thoughts will come. I do a lot of questioning. It's kind of muscle testing. I also it's interesting because I hear a low voice, but when it's Creator, it's a little higher. So many times I will get this message, and ego's trying to tell me to do something, and yeah, I'll say something different, and that's Creator telling, you know. I'm yeah, I'm always asking for guidance. My Course in Miracles, it always says ask for God, but there are times where I forget and I go ahead with the ego, and of course that's when I have problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I just got this new laptop, and I'm experiencing different things because some of I don't know how uh, to always uh, oh, for a while. It's interesting. I by my hands I'm changing the setup, but yeah, I I communicate um, mostly in my head, and muscle testing.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
Thank you.
Christine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Patty Baker and
Yeah,
Joy.
I was going to go up to Joyce.
Well, yeah, that's her
Joyce.
hand is up.
Your hand is.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
My journey is, to me, one filled with, well then, Joyce C., well then. And the reason for that is that was what my daddy, Joseph Levi Thomas Brown, used to say to me when I was having difficult times, especially with my mother. And when he would say to me, well then, Joyce C., well then, it was like this incredible blessing and healing would come over me and help to cleanse me from what was taking place or what was my mother was trying to take place. And ever since I was the age of 10, my father has been in my life, and here I am today, and he's still here, and he still works with me. And how I know that I am moving through a crisis or a difficult situation or just not getting it is when I will simply hear, well then, Joyce C., well then. And everything clears. Whatever it was that was disturbing me goes. Whatever it was I'm thinking I cannot sort out, I do. So he clears the pathway for me still. After all these years that my father, since 1974, 1972, he's been out of the physical body, but in the soul body, he is ever present. And I just wanted to share that I've learned to listen to him in all situations. When it comes up, the saying is always the same. Well then, Joyce C. Well then. And I listen and I pay attention to myself, what I'm thinking, what it is that I feel that it's not right for me or whatever it is. And I get it because I have to do the thinking based on, well, then, Joyce C., well, then, will this work for you, Joyce C., is what it tells me. And when I know that it won't, it's up to me to say no to something, even if it's my own thinking, you see, or someone else. It's okay for me to say, that's not okay for me. And so I just wanted to share that he's been with me, still there. And I'm very thankful every day for the presence of my father's essence, his soul presence.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Joyce.
Thank you,
That's
Joyce.
wonderful. Okay, Eileen.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Yes, the way I hear source, very kinesthetic, body based, so that when I'm moving the qigong, when I just finished a cleanse and it's clear the digestion, everything, and then I hear source better. It's emotional clarity, and it's more like if I'm in a situation where I'm in danger, then it's a very clear feeling of do this, do that, right? I would feel a cringe in the tummy, right? Very clear. And the other time I hear it, especially when I'm treating patients, like, oh, this point. And I know when it's my ego coming, when I'm like arguing with that suggestion of that point, because I'm like, why? That's not even, in theory, right? But just use this point. So, okay, then I do that and I go look at my books and I'm like, oh my God, it's even more brilliant than what I could have thought of. So that's a very direct way. And through my emotions. When the emotions are lighter and clearer and happier, then I know that's source.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And it gets easier every time to hear that.
Yeah.
The more I take care of my body and it's clear of physical gunk, then it's easier to hear the inspiration.
Good. Thank you so much for sharing. Hey, Annie.
Mhm.
Annie?
Here, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm doing a lot of communicating with Creator lately, sharing all the things that I'm going through. And I start with gratitude. I start my mornings off every morning as I open my shades and look at the beautiful day, whether it's cloudy or sunny. I say thank you. I always remember to say thank you, Creator, for being with me. And I can always feel the presence within me. But the way that it comes to me, and I know the Creator is communicating back, is oftentimes through loving friends. The other day, I had a phone call with somebody I hadn't spoken to in several years, who suddenly just out of the blue communicated with me through Facebook. And then I got off the phone with him and my phone rang and I looked down and it was a name I hadn't seen in 3 years. And I picked up the phone and this person said, I just had lunch with Billy today. And it reminded me that I hadn't spoken to you in so long. And I just love you so much. I had to call you and tell you I love you. So that to me, that's Creator communicating with me. I feel so loved and so blessed by so many. And people just show up in my life at times that are just really, when I'm least expecting it, or I will think about a person and the phone will ring and that person will be there. So I I like to stand in the sunshine and feel the wind on my face. And, everything that I do, when I say thank you, I always add Creator right behind that. Thank you, Creator, for helping with this moment. And thank you, Creator, for bringing me this joy. Or thank you, Creator, for this wonderful moment. And so thank you, Creator, for allowing me to be here today with all of
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so very much. Stephen? Stephen?
Well, I was actually just reacting to Annie, but I've got to say, everybody here is very masterful and they're very connected to Creator already. So I'm not sure there's anything I could say except, we're more like imbued in Creator and completely surrounded by Creator, and it's kind of hard to separate sometimes. Get our ego so that we can see what's us and what's Creator sometimes.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, I'll shut up then. Okay,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Thank you, Stephen. Ruth wants to talk.
Ruth.
And,
Ruth Renata.
Ruth?
Okay, so the base of how I learned how to pray, having grown up Mormon, was you figure out what your question is, you then, and when you sit down, or kneel and you pray, you ask your question and then you pause and you wait. And the waiting is to determine how are you feeling. Do you feel at peace? Do you feel a pleasant burning in the bosom? Pleasant is important because no, it's not heartburn. Do you feel like a stroke of like lightning, like you just know, like yes? Or do you feel really confused? Or like, because if you feel confused or like you can't think, that's a no. And once in a while, it's you need to do a little bit more digging to really ask this question. You don't know enough about whatever it is, right? And so that's been my basis for everything. And part of that too is because I learned feelings and how to interpret that way. That was like my foundation to be able to eventually be able to hear, through a voice instead. And I also would pray. When my husband and I thought we were going to get divorced, I would pray to be calm of heart and clear of mind, and to know what to do and when to do it and how to do it and when to do nothing. And then I would say thank you 3 times. And that made a huge difference because we're still together. And it's me being a jerk at the time. I got told to shut up a lot, very politely, because Creator's polite. But it also expanded out beyond just, my family, because when I was a student at San Jose State, there was this thing put on called the Tunnel of Oppression. And you go through it and you see all these different ways that different people in different groups and different areas are experiencing oppression. And it was all about bringing us into awareness so that we can be more mindful in our everyday lives when we meet different people and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, and it was really like a tunnel, and it was dark. Like it was not a pleasant thing. But at the end, everything was like just open space and a lot of light, and here are resources and things that like it was just very. And here's now what you can do now that you know this. Was so very uplifting at the end. It was like a breath of fresh air after all of that. And I left the building. And suddenly I felt like I needed to go back. Well, I also had to go to class. I'm like, really? Do I really need to go back right now? But it kept bugging me. I'm like, okay, fine. Couldn't know what to do and when to do it and what to say and when to say it, right? All right, fine. So I went back. I went over to where the people were putting it on in the mosaic, where very inclusive area, and asked them to meet the person who was in charge of the project. And dude, her face, she looked so worried. And I told her what I told you, like my experience, and I was like a breath of fresh air, and I really appreciated it. And she was just like, oh my gosh. She just could not believe, she had been having a terrible day, a terrible week, and just to have someone validate her work that she's never met before. It just shows that we really are one human family, and Creator was basically saying, hey, go help your sister in existence to like have a better day. And I thought that was really powerful.
Thank you
Sometimes we
so
just do
much
nice
for
things.
sharing.
Sky,
Thank you.
Sky, sorry, Sky says, where are you, Sky? It said she meditates and waits. And she loves you too, Mama Boon.
Okay. And Joan, did you say had something quick to say?
Well, sometimes Creator gives me billboards, and sometimes it's whispers. When we were in the Caribbean sailing for the first time in my life in this adventure, it was very calm and sunshiny, and the boat was rocking, and I was fixing dinner, and everything was just so peaceful. And the little voice in my head said, I gave you the dream that you didn't have the courage to ask for.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Love that.
And that was, I thought about putting on my list for a future mate something about sailing, but I thought, that's too specific and asking too much. So that was not on my list, but I gave you the dream you didn't have the courage to ask for.
Well, sometimes you don't know to ask for it.
It's time to pass the basket. We're running over 11 o'clock.
I tried my
I'm
best.
going to have to, here we go. Yay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'll give it to
Okay.
Regular
now.
Regular giving creates regular receiving.
Thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
I'll
It was
give you
what
the
a
thing back.
beautiful day. I'm glad to hear from you all.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear you talk about what you feel about Creator. Think about it for the rest of the week. Wake up every morning this coming week and say, thank you, Creator, for giving me this wonderful life.
Eileen is.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry it's after 11 o'clock. We have to go. Thank you for attending, and thank you for being part of my life and our life. You're very appreciated. Bye now.